So, hey, thanks everybody. Great to see you with us again for this Q&A session from the webinar we had last week. There were so many questions that we had come in that we thought we really had to get together and put all the answers, or put all the questions, I should say, together, and then provide answers by way of this special Q&A session. So sit back, relax, and listen to the conversation. So the first question I have, now this one came in from Nairi, and she says, AI is evolving fast and there are many choices out there. How can boards and executives find the right AI solutions for the organization? Are AI coaches or other support options available to help? Who would like to answer that one?
I'll jump in on that one, Sean.
Go for it.
I think, first of all, it's really important to get context for this. So if we just take a big step up and take the helicopter view, from a board perspective, boards are increasingly recognizing that it's important for them to understand AI. And in fact, both Forbes and Deloitte did a whole load of studies last year where they were talking about interviewing boards and getting an understanding of how important understanding AI was in the boardroom. And the stats from that, you had 83% of companies seeing it as a top priority, and yet almost half of companies have never actually discussed it at board level. So before we kind of dive into what are the tools, what are the things we actually have to do, there's a really high level overview piece that the board needs to take on board. And I think actually where companies should start, Institute of Directors in both Australia and New Zealand and in the US have all actually published frameworks about what boards need to think about when they're considering AI. I cover this quite a lot in the BoardPro masterclass where we talk about every aspect of AI. But there's a whole load of elements around making sure they're taking a strategic view, definitely jumping in and seizing the opportunities, making sure they've got the capability at board level. And then I know we're going to talk later about AI oversight and governance and thinking about the people aspects of it. But rather than just jumping in and going, what's the right tool? What's the right shiny toy that I need to jump in with? Boards' roles is to be really strategic and think of this from a governance perspective rather than just going into solution. That's management's job.
Fantastic. Alexei, anything to add there?
Yeah, I would also add, I completely agree with Helen, but, boards really actively involving cross-functional team at a board level so that we've got finance and risk and IT really understanding different angles and perspectives, I think is key as well. A couple of other readiness frameworks that they could advise management to use, Gartner's AI maturity model or IBM's AI ladder as well.